Hello, YouTube. It's your boy, the Crazy Trader, and I'm here again with your favorite stock review. Like I always say, scared money don't make no money, and you always got to risk it to get the biscuit. Um, my account didn't move that much today, so it's not anything to write home about. I was actually going to talk about UiPath, which is one of the stocks that I hold, and I love that stock very much, even though it is one of my biggest losses in my portfolio right now. As you can see, a Path, I hold 1,000 shares of it. I think I average at $14, but I'm going to throw that off right now and talk about Robinhood. And I've been campaigning about Robinhood for a while now, and you might think that I'm down on that stock. Like I say, I'm not down. Um, Anyways, before I go through it, you guys know that I'm not a professional financial advisor, so don't take my trades. Don't listen to what I say. You're gonna go broke if you listen to me or if you take my trades. Okay, so do your thing and do your own research. So I kind of realized that not it's not been today, but I've realized that Robinhood has always been trading the same way as the cryptocurrencies. When the cryptos go up, Robinhood goes up. When the cryptos come down, Robinhood comes down. So today, Bitcoin went up 5%, which is pretty good. Some of the other cryptocurrencies did better, like Doge did 10%. Litecoin did 8%, all the other Ethereum did 10%. So you can see over here, Robinhood did 4.5% today. Let's say 5%. And so anytime that crypto drops, Robinhood drops. Anytime that crypto goes up, Robinhood goes up. And this would have been this would have been a big deal back like 5 6 years ago. No, no, not 5 6 years ago. I just not even 5 6 years ago. I'll say like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. This would have been the case where crypto was dominating in Robinhood, finances. It's not anymore. So it's kind of crazy that people are kind of correlating crypto to Robinhood, just Robinhood. It's amazing that people are not even looking at the stocks part of it, the prediction market part of it, the credit card part of it, the banking part. People are not looking at all that. They're just focusing on Robinhood and crypto moving hand in hand. And I'll show you something real quick, and this is going to be very quick. So and this is some of the due diligence that you have to do anytime you like a stock and anytime you buy a stock. I went to Google and say all Robinhood revenue streams and how much they make. Robinhood reached a record total net revenue of 4.5 billion for the full year 2025. So the full year 2025 they made 4.5 billion, which is really great as for a company that with a market cap of I think 70 billion dollars. It's a great revenue stream. Okay, the company is diversified in three primary revenue categories: transaction based, interest, and other. So you can see here the transaction base brought in $2.6 billion, which is 58% of the revenue that it came in. And the transaction base is made up of the crypto transaction fees and the prediction markets. Okay. And then there's the net interest on customer cash. So cash fees, margin lending, and security. So that's the second biggest revenue, which is $1.5 billion, which is 33% of the revenue. And then there's other revenue, which is Robinhood Go subscriptions and the proxy services, and they bring in $331 billion, and that's 7% of the revenue. You might be wondering, so I'll go up a little bit, I'll go down, sorry. And then you see the transaction based revenue, which is a $2.6 billion. Revenue earns the majority of its income from trading activity. For Q4 2025, this segment totaled 776 million, broken down as follows. So they made $776 million from their trading activity. And options trading, watch this. This is what I want. Options trading is $314 million, which makes up 41% of their 776 million that was made last year from the transaction based revenue. Okay. And cryptocurrencies is $221 million. Even though it's down 38% year over year due to the market volatility, options is making more than cryptocurrencies. Equities, which is stocks and ETFs, is 94 million. So you can see the options went up 41%. Sorry, options went up 41%. And then equities went up 54%. Crypto is down 38%. And other transactions, 140. Yeah, the other transactions made 147 million, primarily driven by new prediction markets. And the prediction market is growing and growing and growing and growing. Okay, over 12 billion event contracts traded in 2025. That's 12 billion events contracts traded in 2025 in the prediction market, which is projected to grow. So the cryptocurrencies is not the main, financial juggernaut when it comes to Robinhood's revenue. So I don't know why people are kind of relating it to the stock price itself. I'm not saying everybody is, but a lot of people are doing it. And then anytime crypto goes down, these, people, especially, I think especially retail traders, they sell the stock because they think when crypto goes down, Robinhood goes down. No, there's a lot of revenue making streams that is coming in, which is the options, the equities, and other transactions that is coming in. You know, uh, the net interest revenue, that's just the transaction based revenue, which is 2.6 billion, and then the net interest revenue, which is 1.5 billion. Securities lending fees earned by, lending out customer stocks to other institutions, margin lending, interest charged to users who trade on margin. So if you're trading on margin, people who trade on margin, the interest that they charge them, 16.8 billion margin book as of year end. Cash sweeps interest the cash sweeps interest earned on on uninvested, customer cash and other subscriptions revenue. So Robinhood is making a lot of money from other, different streams of revenue, whereby the crypto is just a minute, I'm not saying it's not significant, it is, but as you can see, it's not the most big revenue earning stream for Robinhood. If that happens to Coinbase, I understand that, because Coinbase is heavily crypto dependent. But Robinhood is not heavily crypto dependent. It's doing equities, it's doing options, it's doing um, prediction markets, it's doing so many things. Credit cards, it's now added the banking stuff into it. So you can see that there's so many revenue streams that are coming into Robinhood, whereby crypto shouldn't be the only deciding factor where people are moving the stocks. I don't care if that happens, because the more it goes down, the more I will buy it. You know, I love the stock so much. I tell you guys that the more it goes down, the more I will buy it. Today it was at $77 or something like that, or $78. I'll show you. Yeah, $77. What was the top here today? It was $78. And as you can see, it moved from 73, and just somewhere last week it was in the 70s or 60s. Look, 70. Yeah, it was in the 70s, and today it's at 77. It's a little, kind of volatile when it comes to this market. I'm not, worried about it. I keep buying what I have to buy on the daily. Like I said, I'm going to try and see if I can accumulate 500 shares. If I can, that would be nice. My total return is still, has dropped significantly, which is fine with me, because as you can see, my average cost is very low. So I stand to take that risk. I'm not one of those who bought it at 130 or 150. No, I actually bought it at the IPO when it was $38, and I kind of averaged down and averaged down and averaged. I've been buying ever since, and my average cost was somewhere at 24, and I'm now averaging up. It's DCA, dollar cost averaging, you know what I mean? So I buy $20 every day, so it doesn't worry me what Robinhood does. But I know I have showed you this, which is the institutional holdings of Robinhood, 72.6%, let's say 73% institutional ownership. So institutions love this stock, and I don't think they are the ones selling. If they are the ones selling, I'll be so surprised. I think it is retail traders who are panicking and selling, because and I understand a lot of them bought it really late at 100 plus, and now it's down 30%. Some people bought it at 150 and it's down all the way. It's down 53%, 54%. So I kind of understand if you have to recoup your losses. But remember this, it's not a loss if you haven't sold. So if you're selling, then yes, you are accepting the loss. But if it's not a loss if you haven't sold, you can see in the last quarter, Vanguard, BlackRock, JP Morgan, all of them, bought some Robinhood. They in their updates, all of them bought. Some people sold. This person like this sold 9.8 million shares. I think it was a good time to shares around that time, because maybe the stock was very high. But Morgan Stanley bought some more, 2 million shares. Norges Bank bought some more. A lot of, all these institutional holders are buying some more, and you can see by this, by, you know um, the holders who increased 860 people increased and 586 kind of decreased their position, even though the people who decreased, sold more than the people who increased, as you can tell, from 51.1 million to 42.9 million. So the people who kind of sold, they sold more than the people who bought, which is good because now it's going to flip in the next update, because there's going to be more people buying Robinhood than there's going to be sellers. And I understand, because if those who held from 38 all the way to 150 sold and took some profit, and now it's all the way down to 70. So there are people who are going to get back in. So I like the stock, and I'm going to keep on, holding on to it. My portfolio is pretty healthy, doing really good, and I I love it. Robinhood alone has given me 136%. I held Palantir. Palantir gave me 1,000% return, so I kind of love it. And I have a lot of stocks that are giving me good returns. The only stock that I think I'm making a loss on is Path, UiPath. But I'm going to talk about UiPath, and I'm going to make a whole video about UiPath and what I think it is going to do in the future. That's what I personally think. If you think it's a bad stock, don't buy it. But I'm giving you a heads up. That's a video that I'm going to do, so you can research about that stock too, and then see if you like it. If you don't buy it. If you do, get into it before it starts to skyrocket. And anyways, I don't want to waste too much of your time. Have a good day. Stay blessed and peace.